Hey guys, another video. For this video, I wanted to do something a bit different. Another like a top five list. Actually, looking back, I haven't done too many of these. I did my Legend of Zelda series review, and as a part of that, I did like a ranking list. But other than that, I don't know. I don't think I've done like a top five series list of any kind or top 10 or whatever. Um, Now this list is going to be a top five Mario games. Now, let's about the Mario series. The Mario series overall, it can be hard to kind of know what games to include in a list like this. I mean, you have your standard Mario platformers, um, all made by Nintendo, but you have like kind of the side series. You have like the Mario sports games, Mario Kart. You have the Mario RPG series, the Paper Mario games, the Mario and Luigi games, Super Mario RPG, which wasn't even done by Nintendo. Um, there's just a whole mess of games you can include in a list like this, so you got to kind of set some ground rules. And for this list, and this is why I only went with a top five list, not a top 10 or anything like that, or top 20. I chose the standard core series, the core Mario series. Uh, they have to be done by Nintendo, and they have to be platformers, basically. Um, all the way from the original Mario down to the newest one, New Super Mario Brothers U, which is not going to be on this list because I don't have a Wii U. I haven't played that game yet. And before I go into the list, I do want to mention some games that aren't going to be on here. Well, actually, one I'll save for later. Uh, the only game I'll actually mention is Super Mario Sunshine is not going to be on here. I haven't played it yet. It's one of the last Mario games that I haven't played that I really would love to. I don't know. Back when I had a GameCube, I never got to play it, and I don't know. I haven't got the chance yet. Another one is Super Mario Galaxy 2. That's not going to be on the list. I haven't played that either, which is surprising, but I haven't played that. Uh, but basically, yeah, let's get right down into the list. Number five is a game that might surprise some people, but not surprise some others, and that's kind of this game is extremely underrated. But anyways, Super Mario Land 2: Six Golden Coins on the Game Boy. This game, I feel this is one of the most underrated Mario games. No one talks about this game. I know, like for childhood memories, I remember playing this on the original Game Boy. I never owned it. I would always borrow it from friends and keep playing it on their systems. Why I like this game so much is its uniqueness and how far apart it is from other games in the series. I don't think Shigeru Miyamoto. I don't think he looked over this game. He wasn't the director. I think it was someone else. And that kind of made things a bit different. There's so many different enemies in this game that you don't see in other Mario games. The environments are all really different from each other. You had your explorable world map, although it's not too explorable, similar to, say, Super Mario World. The levels were all just filled with so many unique ideas. It was such a fun game, and the level design is what made it so fun to me. If I do have to level a complaint against it, it is that it is a very easy game. It's actually probably one of the easiest Mario games. But that didn't keep me from enjoying it. I don't know. I love it so much because it's so different from all the other Mario games I've played, and it's actually probably one of my favorite Game Boy games too. A very underrated game and definitely one of my favorites in the series. At number four is Super Mario 3D Land on the 3DS, which this is a very recent game. When I first played this, I was completely blown away. I again, like with Six Mario Golden Coins, I love this game because it's unique. It's unlike any other Mario game I've played. I love how it mixes kind of 2D old school Mario gameplay with 3D like Mario Galaxy gameplay. I'll say it's not really similar to Mario 64. You don't have those open worlds. You don't collect red coins and the stars or anything like that. Uh, well, you do collect red coins, but it's this game. It's just I don't know that whole aspect to it. I thought was really creative. The level designs are just so interesting. They're so fun to play. Again, like with Six Golden Coins, this game's not too difficult. It can be the later worlds you unlock are quite difficult. This game's got a lot of replay value too. It's there's a lot of extras to get. Um, I don't know. It's just one of those games where the level designs are so fun. The levels never overstay their welcome. They're constantly fresh and engaging. I thought the 3D effects in this game worked so well. It's still my favorite, like 3D. It's still got my favorite 3D effects of any 3DS game, and it's still probably my favorite 3DS game. I don't know. I was just so pleasantly surprised by this game, especially compared to the new Super Mario Brothers games, which they keep pumping out. It was nice to see them actually do something interesting and unique again with Super Mario 3D Land. So definitely another one of my favorites in this series. At number three is an all-time classic, Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo, which I know this would be number one in a lot of people's lists. This is a childhood favorite of mine. I still remember getting this back in the day. I don't actually remember where I got it. I think it was the no. It came with the Super Nintendo with like four other games, and it just I had played previous Mario games before, but this just took things to a whole other level. I mean, the graphics on here compared to the NES games, it was just a huge step up. The world map, the explorable world map, the secret levels you could unlock, the cape. The cape is still one of my favorite powers in any Mario game. It was just so fun to explore these levels and find hidden, the hidden areas and unlock different kind of levels. The bosses were so much fun to fight. Super Mario World 2, I feel, has the perfect difficulty level of any Mario game. It's not crazy difficult, but it's not too easy either. It's just right for me, I think. Um, a very simple storyline, as with all Mario games, but a nice storyline. I will say the music in Super Mario World, it's very classic. It's very, I love the music. It's not my favorite soundtrack of any Mario game. I don't know, the music just, it doesn't quite do it for me completely, but I still very much enjoy the music. But really, Super Mario World, what it comes down to in the end is just the genius level design. I mean, it's 2D platformers these days, even the Mario games, just it can't compare in terms of level design to this game. This game, when I was a kid, I remember just going through it constantly, over and over and over again. It's such a joy. There's so much nostalgia with this game too. It's it's an all-time classic, and I never really did 100% it until I played the Game Boy Advanced version. Um, like when I first got my Game Boy Advance, I got that the Super Mario World, Super Mario Advance 2, I think it was called. But that was the first time I 100%ed it. And it's such a fun game to 100%. It's still actually, I think, the only Mario game I've ever bothered to 100%. And that's because the game is just so fun to play and it's so fun to explore the levels in the game. But yeah, just a really phenomenal game, and definitely worthy of number three on this list. Although I'm sure a lot of people would have it at number one. And number two on the list. A lot of people might be expecting this one, maybe not. Although it leaves some surprises for number one. Super Mario Brothers 3. This game, oh man, where do I start with this classic game? A lot of memories with this game. Unfortunately, I didn't own it when I was a kid. I didn't have too many NES games. I had to rent a lot of games. We never really owned too many. But Super Mario Brothers 3, we owned the first one, Super Mario Brothers. But Super Mario Brothers 3 didn't own it. My babysitter, actually, when I was like 4 or 5 years old, had it and would bring it over all the time. And I still remember playing Super Mario Bros. 3 and being completely blown away by how much better the graphics were compared to the original, how much better the level designs were, how much more fun it just was to play. I still remember that, it was the world map where you'd kind of move from level to level and there'd be Hammer Bros on the maps, and you could unlock secrets and use items on the maps. I thought that was just so cool. I was so addicted to that kind of. I just love that idea, and I remember I'd kind of like run ideas in my head, and this was when I was like, 4 or 5, of making my own Mario game. I'd kind of get papers and pens and make my own maps. Like it just, I don't know. This game just, I don't know. I just love the game so goddamn much, and I loved it so much as a kid. I always wanted it, and I never got to own it. Unfortunately, I did get to borrow it from her, and I did eventually beat it back when I was like 5 years old. Which, looking back on it, that's insane now because honestly, I suck at the game now. Like I can get up to like the pipe world, and then that's when I just start to lose it. I just die constantly. Like the pipe world and the last world they're pretty damn difficult. I mean, this game is it's not that easy. I mean, if you keep playing it over and over again, a lot of people have played this game so much that it's second nature to them. Not really for me, but even still, I love the game. I remember back when I was a kid too. You know, because you couldn't really save your game in this, I had to basically, I'd get to like World 4 or wherever, the big world, which is my favorite world. I mean, probably my favorite world in any Mario game. Which again, that speaks very highly of how creative this game was. Back then, you just didn't see anything like that. Um, you know, like worlds that interesting and with levels that unique and fun. Um, but I remember I get to a certain point and I just turn off the TV because I needed my saved progress. So I'd keep the NES on overnight and I'd wake up the next morning and immediately get back into it. I like endless hours playing Super Mario Brothers 3. And you know, there's just such great memories attached with this game. And the nostalgia is so high, and it's, I don't know, it's, to me, it's still like the quintessential Mario game from a level design standpoint. From a music, I didn't go over that. The music in this game is phenomenal. I just love the music. Um, just, I don't know, just a brilliant game, and definitely, definitely one of my favorite Mario games. And I know that this game or Super Mario Brother or Super Mario World would be number one for a lot of people. My game will probably surprise some people, maybe not. But yeah, number two, Super Mario Brothers 3. And here we are at number one, and that is Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. Now, a lot of people will be crying foul here. Well, that's not a real Mario game. And the reason I included it on this list was I was reading on the internet. Apparently, the creators, Shigeru Miyamoto, considers it a part of the core series. He doesn't consider its sequels, Yoshi's Island DS, or I think the new one coming out, a part of the core series, but he considers this game, Mario World 2, a part of the core series. And for that, I knew I had to include it on this list, especially as number one. I'm pretty sure I've talked about this before, how much I love this fucking game. Um, the memories are, there's so many memories with this game. I still remember playing it on the Super Nintendo. My friend had it. I didn't. He let me borrow it. Immediately, I love this game. And I've said this before, I think, but why I love it so much, they could have just easily, with like a Super Mario World 2, they could have just done another sequel similar to Super Mario World. It would have been amazing, I'm sure. Visually, it probably would have been much better. Level designs probably would have been great. What did Nintendo do? No, they just threw that idea out the window and went with something completely new, completely original, and it blew me away. Visually, of course, this game still holds up so well. I love the art style, of course, in this game. It's just such a beautiful game to look at. Because of like the gameplay in this game is so creative. How you kind of, you know, you control Yoshi, how you get eggs, you can kind of destroy areas and destroy little power up like things to get power ups. I don't know, it's hard to exactly describe. If you get hit, you lose Barry by Mario, and you got to catch him before the storks get him. The storyline, I actually kind of like the storyline. I think it's pretty cool. The music, which actually this has my favorite soundtrack in any Mario game. I think it's just such a brilliant soundtrack. So many great, memorable tracks. It just gets me so nostalgic every time I hear a song from this game. The level designs are challenging, but they're not too frustrating. You know, this game's got some puzzles too, but it's not too puzzle oriented. There's definitely some, you know, fairly hardcore platforming, especially later in the game. If you want to 100% the game, it's probably one of the hardest games ever made if you take that into account. I've still never 100%ed this game. It's ridiculous. But it's such a fun game. I can go back to it constantly and just have so much fun with it. Playing it now, and then back in the day, I don't know. It just really caught me off guard how different this was, and like there's still nothing quite like it. Even the sequel, which I actually wasn't really into. I really hope this new Yoshi's Island it isn't another good one like this original, but I don't think it can be beat. I know some people might say I'm cheating a bit here with this choice, but I just can't give it to any other game because no other game with Mario in the title is so enjoyable, more enjoyable to me than this game. So that's it. Number one, Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. Okay, now, before I end off this video, I know a lot of people are probably going to be saying a good list or bad list, whatever. Where the fuck is Super Mario 64? Okay, Super Mario 64. I might include this in another video I'm planning to do, but Super Mario 64, I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this. I don't like it. I don't enjoy Super Mario 64. It's one of those games that I don't know. Every time I try to play it, I've played it maybe 5 or 6 times. I don't know. I can never get into it. I maybe play it for like, I think the max amount of hours I've played it for is maybe like 4 or 5 hours. I can't get into it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. It's hard to explain with Super Mario 64. Um, I get lost. I don't have fun with the level designs. I don't know. I feel like I'm just wandering around aimlessly in that game, and that's kind of style of gameplay that like I realized that Super Mario 64 was ahead of its time. It was entirely unique for its day. There was no other game doing the things that that game did. I never played it back in the day, and I think this is one of the main reasons I'm not into it. I don't really enjoy the game. I didn't play it back in the day. I don't know. I just didn't own it. I didn't get to play a friend's copy. I never got to play it. I got to play it like I think the first time I played it was maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. Um, but what I did get to play Banjo Kazooie, Conker's Bad Fur Day, games that kind of took the Super Mario 64 formula and, in my opinion, I feel kind of perfected them even further. When I go back to play Super Mario 64, I feel it's. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me. I feel it's aged a bit. I don't know. I can't get into it, which is weird because Banjo Kazooie, I can still get into it. I love that game. I've just always found that game and other platformers similar to Mario 64 more enjoyable. I can get into them. Um, Mario 64, I don't know. I can't get into it. I'll probably talk about this more in a video I'm planning to do. I'm planning to do a video like games I don't like that everyone else likes and games I like that everyone else does not like. A video kind of like that. But Super Mario 64, it's just, I don't know. I'm never able to get into it. I definitely see how it's a great game. I see how everyone can love that game. I don't know. Can't get into it. And that's why it didn't appear on this list. But anyways, that's it, guys. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.